and welcome back to more Kirby Star Allies. Last time we finished up the main game, but now the update is out, so we have a challenging new mode to take on. And the whole Slow Dream Friends. But yes, we reached 100% last time, which was pretty exciting, but we are not anywhere near being done yet. This game, for a game criticized for its lack of content, is surprisingly long, I'm discovering. But now we have 12 Dream Friends in total. And yes, we can use them in main mode, guest star, ultimate choice, the list goes on. And we have 15 celebration pictures, which is a lot of them. And lastly, we have Heroes in Another Dimension. Collect hearts to change the outcome, calling all Dream Friends. Heroes in Another Dimension is now available. And that's what we'll be doing today. And here we are, starting a new game. The repeated chants behind us have opened a rift in the fabric of space that leads to another dimension. An action-packed challenging mode for Kirby and all his Dream Friends set in another dimension. Duck inside a hero door to change Kirby's ability or tag in a Dream Friend and keep going. Your rank is set when you defeat your final foe. Collect friend hearts to change the outcome of the battle. So we're at the final arena, and we have this portal. Just gonna jump right in, because nowhere else to go. So this is an epilogue mode, so you need to beat the main game before this unlocks. And it takes place in another dimension, which is a location I think first appearing in Kirby's Return to Dreamland. And we have these things, the friend hearts, now collectibles, as well as a gameplay mechanic. So there are 30 in each level, so 120 total. So our goal is to collect at least 100, and I mean at least 100 because you actually don't really need all 120 for the best ending. You do get a bonus for getting all 120, and we will be getting all 120 because I like to be thorough. But I'm not guaranteeing getting everything first go, just because this mode actually is a little bit challenging to find everything in. Like, not gonna lie, just this first level had two, I almost said puzzle pieces, friend hearts that actually took me a really long time, and like 3 playthroughs to actually find. So that should clue you in on how much of a problem this can be. Now, I do like these levels because they're like... The best thing I can compare them to, of all things, is actually the shrines in Breath of the Wild. Because each room, or series of rooms, is just a series of challenges tailored to each ability and Dream Friend. So now we're in control of Bandana Waddle Dee, and we actually get to fully play as him for the first time in this Let's Play. We actually need Burning Leo as a friend because we need fire. So, yeah, we just need to go through, collect all friend hearts. That's all there's to it. Not too much. Oh, shoot. I pushed Y instead of B. I was trying to slide. I pushed the wrong button though and got crushed. But this is actually a good time to show if you actually die, all friend hearts you've already collected get turned into point stars, which bar their extra mode appearance, as in Dreamland, Return to Dreamland. So that's where those come from. And yeah, if you do lose a life, you do not have to take the time to recollect all of the previously collected friend hearts, which is actually really nice. Now, I do have a few issues with this mode, and my main complaint, and you'll see this as we go along, is the lack of visual flair in this mode. It kind of all looks the same. Here's a little puzzle involving Spear, or Bandana Waddle Dee in this case. You need to basically hit the switch twice, once to lower the first mass of Waddle Dees, and then the second time to raise this up to hit this wall over here. And I'm immediately reminded of Legion from Castlevania, actually. I didn't make that comparison in the main LP, I'm pretty sure, but yeah, in hindsight that just reminds me of Legion. If you haven't played Castlevania, you will have no clue what I'm talking about, and I apologize for the blatant lack of context. But coming up here, trying not to get crushed. I say as I almost get crushed. We're almost to the end, I think. My general advice would be break everything. Like, don't leave a single stone unturned, and you'll probably have no problem. That's actually as simple as that. So now we're swapping over to King Dedede, and now we actually have a different puzzle set involving his abilities and Waddle Doo. So some abilities don't get played as, but are factored in, like, so we're using Waddle Doo, but in tandem with King Dedede, which is pretty neat. We're racing against the spark at the bottom, to try to get this friend heart. And that's going to be the general theme of Dedede's section, is activating the things and then just kind of racing to get the friend hearts. But yeah, they're all kind of like bland yellow backgrounds to the yellow levels. So did I grab them? I don't know if I actually grabbed the friend hearts or not. But with every puzzle in this mode, if you actually just literally lose a life, you actually reset all the puzzles. Even though you don't have to recollect the ones you've lost, it actually gives you a good opportunity to recollect anything you missed by accident. So unless there's a level without hits, which actually can't happen, you basically have unlimited tries. There's one section later on where you actually don't have multiple tries, and it's really frustrating. But well, frustrating on your first attempt. That's actually really easy otherwise. But yeah, that's basically it. We just need to kind of make our way through, swapping characters each. So there are 4 dimensions. So Dimension 1 features the first set of Dream Friends. So we start out with Bandana Waddle Dee, and then we move to Dedede and Meta Knight. So it's nice to actually get a real good look at every friend. Every Dream Friend, I mean. And also, this is stressful, actually. Especially when you don't know how to play as Meta Knight. It's actually extremely stressful. So each switch opens up the blocks blocking the path, but it also causes the spire to fall, and if it actually falls, you actually lose out on power-ups. So we actually have to hurry. It's not too bad on the whole. It is a little stressful though. My advice would just be, yeah, use water with sword, and then just sort of blast through as fast as you possibly can. By the way, I said this in the main LP, but this is not blind. I did practice this, because I did not know how easy it would be to find everything, so I did practice. Again, hypothetically, you could intentionally take a death, just to get all the collectibles and not have to recollect them. That is a viable strategy. So now we have an interesting little combat section. We have spikes in the bottom left corner, and we have to basically fight all these enemies and then quickly detour up to take out that Waddle Dee with the key, and then fight the boss. If you let the key Waddle Dee be, unintentional rhyming for the win. Yeah, the key will go into the spikes, which is not what you want, so you have to actually be aware of that. This is actually perfect, this positioning means I can just do that. But yeah, there are a lot of combat sections where you actually have to coordinate and be very mindful of enemies, which I actually really like. It adds a little bit of strategy. Especially if you're trying to go for all friend hearts, because that means you actually have to like plan out movesets. So this is new. We haven't actually seen this yet, but this door is just a fire element. So we get turned to Fire Kirby. So yeah, we're back in control of Kirby for the end stretch of this mode. We have a cutter enemy to basically give us the ability to friend bridge, because if we didn't have 4 allies for whatever reason, we couldn't do this, so they just gave you an infinitely responding Sir Kibble in order to do this. So we actually have to take out the Waddle Dee and then maneuver the key up to the door. Also, the music is fantastic. That's been a recurring theme throughout this game. It hasn't been the most music, but what music there is, what original music there is, has always been phenomenal. I think it's only fair to actually do this first fight with the newcomers. I mean, they'll get their time to shine later, but another problem is with the yellow, like this switch here, I completely ran past that on my first time. I was so confused. I did not know how to proceed. You know the drill, we've seen the cutscene, so I'm gonna skip it. So this is actually kind of interesting. We have a bunch of Waddle Dees, and we have to basically thin out the pack without losing the key, which is actually kind of stressful and difficult. And if you mess it up, you actually have to do this, which is not something I'm a fan of. If you're going for all hearts in one run, because you just have to reset the room. I was playing very carelessly with that first bridge, and also the second bridge, so that is completely on me. I just find it a little jerkish that you have to reset the room every time. Like, I wish there was a way to at least do the bridge part again. Like, without having to just die and reset the level. So I'm gonna play it safer this time, since playing it risky obviously did not pan out very well. So, yeah. I've taken out a few of them at least. Okay. Only got one more on that side, which is good. So I just need to kind of pull up. That's fine. Yeah, this is stressful. Just a bit. So another friend heart. And more lives and puzzle pieces. They give you a lot of rewards. So this is where we want to be in terms of progression. Not gonna lie, I think I might have actually passed the 2 puzzle pieces that I missed on my first playthrough, because it's very subtle. There is a destructible block that's extremely hard to see, and I think it's in the Waddle Dee section, so I think I actually passed it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I passed it, so we'll do a video at the end, basically going back and getting everything we missed, but it's kind of a shame that I did miss a bunch anyway. And the last dream friend we do not have is Susie of Wave 3. I should have also brought up the fact that Maglor is from Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Tranza is from Kirby Triple Deluxe, and Susie is from Kirby Planet Robobot. All villains. Actually, I just want fire. I'm not gonna get fire though, because the AI really doesn't like me for some reason. There we go. Thanks, Maglor, for actually helping. They give you a bunch of food in case you need health. We're actually full up, so it didn't actually matter in this case. By the way, once you beat this mode, you actually get the ability to re-select levels to get the friend hearts you missed. But until then, you actually just have to keep moving. So we actually can't go back and get the 2 friend hearts we missed until the end of this playthrough, which is kind of a bummer as a sort of completionist. Parallel Woods is annoying. Like, actually really annoying. Which is why I went all fire. Or tried to go all fire. One thing I don't like in this mode is I don't find the bosses are very fun. They're just kind of like damage sponges. Like with 4 people, this is taking a decent amount of time. Despite having 4 characters, 3 of which have fire, this is actually still taking a decent amount of time compared to the main game, which is actually really kind of nice, but also kind of just tedious at the same time. But again, it is a lot harder, so again, if you thought the base game was too easy, you're in luck, because this DLC will be a challenge. This DLC, if it does one thing well, it is challenge. Though again, like my last comment, I kind of find it a little artificial. Like just making the bosses super tanky. It just feels kind of like artificial difficulty at times. But we have not seen the worst of it with Parallel Woods. It gets worse. And we cleared Dimension 1, although we didn't get a perfect on it. Oh well. Puzzle pieces, as always. Just kind of skimming through that, because this is not my file where puzzle pieces are actually going to matter. And yeah, we have 3 more dimensions to go. So by clearing the level, we unlock 3 more sets of dimensions to go through. And thus, next time, we'll be tackling Dimension 2. So thank you for watching, and I hope you join me next time for more Kirby Star Allies.